Good evening, everyone, and welcome here for round 25 of the Sony Cup Series schedule. The races are winding down, and with this season being a 30-race schedule, the championship is right around the corner. We're closing in on it. Jordan Davis holds a 33-point lead over Ryan Griffin for this race. Jeffrey Fenguy's win last race catapulted him to 55 points, trailing Jordan Davis there in third position. And today's pole sitter, Dejon Weeks, is fourth in the championship, 88 back. Dejon Weeks, this is his fifth pole of the season. Weeks has been very good in qualifying for majority of the season. However, lately in qualifying, he hasn't been as good and as sharp as he once was, but he is starting on the front row with Jake Bassinger alongside. Bassinger has won here before. He'll start P2. Charles Sanford, a great run in qualifying for him. His teammates not so lucky. They practiced very well. However, the speed was not there for the 5 or the 48 in qualifying. They'll start deep down the order some. So we look a little further deep here. Davis and Griffin are in the top 5. They're 1-2 in the championship right together for the start of this race. Jesse Turner's there in 6th. Luis Hernandez did a great job in qualifying. He'll start today in 7th position. Jeffrey Fenguy, championship contender, there in 9th. And alongside of him, rounding out the top 10, is DJ Curtis. Another great run for him in qualifying. Curtis Racing seems like they are finding something with the 8 car of DJ Curtis, and they are building ever so slightly. And a little further back, I see Matt DeLeo in a Fuel Brothers Racing Toyota in the top 15 in qualifying. Good run for him in 13th. There's Chris Dodd, the Daytona 500 champion, in 14th. PJ Williams, a great run in qualifying for him in 15th. This race, 151 laps today, one extra lap to go over for the Magic Mile. Let's go down for the race. As we get set and ready, the championship fight is about to heat up once again. It's a very cloudy day here at New Hampshire. 151 laps, we said. Dejon Weeks on pole, looking for his, what would it be, 4th win? Maybe 5th win of the season? Dejon Weeks has won a handful of times this season. Weeks will be looking for his 5th win of the season. Jake Bassinger will be looking for win 2 as the pace car makes the left-hander down to pit road. As this field comes down on the front straight, we're racing here in New Hampshire. The green flag flies. Great jump for Bassinger and Sanford. They're all over Dejon Weeks here, but Weeks has a very good car that can rotate through the corner in 1 and 2, and Dejon Weeks jumps out ahead with the lead. Jordan Davis round the outside of Charles Sanford. He's trying to move up into 3rd position on the outside line. The outside line I wouldn't have thought would have been the preferred groove, but Davis made it work. He's up to 3rd very quickly in lap 1. Griffin gonna try and make a move on Jesse Turner very early in the race. He doesn't want to lose sight of that 1 car. Both Griffin, Fenguy, they need to try and have good days here in New Hampshire. New Hampshire is not the best track to make passes, so qualifying was very crucial for this race this afternoon. Jordan Davis working that high side, trying to get a run on Bassinger. A little further back, Luis Hernandez looks like he's gonna get a challenge from Jeffrey Fenguy. Last week's winner, Jeffrey Fenguy, in the Nintendo car, gonna try and overtake the 4 car. Curtis Racing has really been doing well in the last few races. DJ Curtis has been flexing his muscle, but Luis Hernandez not so much. But Hernandez is in the top 10. He lost 8th place to Fenguy. He's down to 9th, but a great run right now. See if he can hold on as the run progresses. Jeffrey Fenguy, or actually Ryan Griffin, further back. There's a, oh, I thought that was a crash. I about said it. But further back, James Richardson and James Shelley got together. Richardson was able to hold on. Here it is. James Richardson, he sat out of last race for Kyle Bishalia to be in this ride. Richardson tried to go up the middle, and they made contact. Dylan Young, who got a 10th-place grid drop from Michigan, ended up being in a crash with the 05 of Stephen Jenkins. The 05 alongside of Harple and Mace there is Ross Jackson. Jackson in the ride for the Flying Aces car. This is his first ever Sony Cup Series start, and he's holding himself pretty solid right now, running door-to-door with the Mace Enterprises drivers. Running pretty hard in the midfield. John Art trying to make it 3 wide very momentarily, but he backs out of that one. He's got Jeff James and Eric DeMax for company there. We also have Cody Lamas, and there's Jeffrey Lynn there. They're 3 wide again. Jordan Fisher shoved up high there. They're 3 wide off of turn 2. Art trying to get his nose out ahead of Fisher and stay ahead of Jeff James as well, but Fisher tried to cut down in front of him. John Art had a real good car in practice, but didn't get the best qualifying run. His teammate was able to outdo him there. 3 wide again down the front straightaway. Jeff James, who will be in that car for next year in 2020, trying to make do with John Art and Jordan Fisher. Fisher up there on the high side all by himself. He's got Eric DeMax for company. But Jeff James not giving an inch. Jeffrey Lynn's there too. Art getting real racy. 3 wide here at New Hampshire. Fun to see out of these guys. This is a battle further back for about the 20th position. John Art has it, but everyone else behind him is looking to get it away. Ryan Acosta in the Allen Family Racing car trying to get past DJ Curtis. This is a race for 11th position. Just up ahead is a position inside the top 10. Luis Hernandez has been dropped down to 10th. DJ Curtis just outside of it, but he's trying to hold off the 45 car. And just up ahead, Jeffrey Fenguy trying to make do with Matthew Rodriguez, and Ryan Griffin trying to make his way around Charles Sanford. And further behind, Jeffrey Fenguy is able to get ahead of Matthew Rodriguez. Rodriguez has had a pretty good car here in New Hampshire in the past. That Martin Rodriguez car is really starting to make good gains as the season comes to a close. Griffin is up past Charles Sanford in 4th position. And up ahead, Jordan Davis is going to try and get after Jake Bassinger. Matt DeLeo trying to give everybody on the bubble line of the top 30 in honor points something to worry about. The Field Brothers Racing team has been very good with the 83 car at least in the last few races, and Matt DeLeo has been very solid right here in the top 15, and he's been able to hold it. He's ahead of Chris Dodd and Zayden Davidson and Doug Lockrow. A great run for Lockrow in this race so far. In the 16th position, PJ Williams, one of them drivers that are on the cut line, needs to try and perform in this race, and they're doing pretty good and being pretty solid in the top 20. The CM Racing cars are, as John Art looks to get past Caleb Hoffman for 19th, and Eric DeMax looking to get into the top 20 to try and pass Hoffman. Further back, Nick Mace is getting real aggressive with the Turner and Hero Motorsports teammates there. They're basically team cars. They're bouncing off each other. Bobby Jones didn't have the best qualifying effort either. This is a race further back for about the 26th position. Nick Mace has not been able to work his way up as fast as he would probably want to. He's got a good car, but he qualified very poorly. And up the middle, trying to pass TJ Martin. Jordan Fisher has not been able to get off that high side. He qualified pretty well, but he keeps getting kick dropped from the high side. Mace continues to work on these 4 drivers of Martin and Jones. The midfield is having some great racing today. Look at this. Jeff James, who's 21st. Cody Lamas, who qualified deep down the order as well. Lamas pushes his way past Jeff James. Hoffman down another position. Jeffrey Lynn and Dylan Young are looking to join the frame. Further ahead, Brian Acosta has moved his way into the top 10. And a little further up, Jesse Tunner going to try and get around Charles Sanford. And up ahead, Jordan Davis looking to make do with Jake Bassinger. Bassinger has been holding second, but up ahead, Dejon Weeks is up to a second lead. And Jake Bassinger, that high side is actually a pretty good groove to be in. If you can have a good car up there that can handle that high side, Davis not able to get past Bassinger is easy. However, Turner and Fenguy have made do with Charles Sanford. They're up into the 5th and 6th. Dylan Schwellenberg moving his way past BJ Williams. That is for 17th position. Williams tried to ride the high side to get a run off, but Schwellenberg moving his way past. He's up another position. 3 wide again. Dylan Young trying to move Caleb Hoffman out of the way. Man, they are racing so good deep in the pack. Whoa, there's a... how did they not wreck? Dylan Young just kind of pushed himself into Caleb Hoffman, and Jeffrey Lynn was there. Lynn couldn't be happy with that, neither could Hoffman. Dylan Young getting his elbows out and moving some guys out of the way. And Dylan Young, wow, very aggressive stuff. He's up to 23rd. Gonna try and get another view of it here. Looks like Young, I don't know if he thought Lynn was on the outside of Hoffman. He might have thought Hoffman had more room and tried to crowd him a little bit, but that nearly caused a wreck. However, further up at the lead, Jordan Davis has made it a Yamp 1-2 at the moment. He's up to second. Jake Bassinger trying to hold back Ryan Griffin. And a little further behind, Jeffrey Fenguy is up in the top 5. He's got around Jesse Tunner. The championship contenders continue to have championship runs kind of day. Like, this is the kind of runs you need to have when fighting for a title. Griffin sees that one car up ahead. He's got it past that 97. to try and get up there and race Jordan Davis. He cannot afford to lose points anymore. Matt DeLeo is trying to pass DJ Curtis. This is for 12th position. Matt DeLeo being one of the strongest Toyotas out there right now. Matthew Rodriguez, I believe, is the leading Toyota driver. But Matt DeLeo, I am super impressed with this 83 team. I expected more out of Field Brothers Racing this season. They'll be closing their doors at season's end. And Field Brothers Racing, they have not been the team that they once were. And they've struggled a lot. DeLeo tried to get around Curtis there. Not able to do anything. Dodd and Davidson trying to get around DeLeo now. Cody Lawas trying to work his way into the top 20 as he tries to get past John Arndt for position. And Eric DeMax has moved his way past PJ Williams. Race for the 8th position. Ryan Acosta to the inside of Matthew Rodriguez. I believe that car isn't as good as it looks on the racetrack. I think Rodriguez is really out driving this 99 car for majority of the season. Rodriguez is 7th in the championship, and he's not that far behind Ryan Acosta in points. He's like one of the best of the rest. Allen Family Racing Team, Yamp Motorsports, and Fengai Saitomi has been the best teams of the year, no doubt. And Matthew Rodriguez is the next car in points that isn't one of them race cars. However, towards the lead, Ryan Griffin and Jeffrey Fengai have gotten around Jake Bassinger. And Fengai is on the back bumper of that 43 car. Fengai riding a wave of momentum coming in here to New Hampshire. Very confident, very happy, and excited to finish the rest of the year off after a home win at Michigan. Griffin came up 3rd place, and he's in 3rd position again. He's been 3rd in the top 3 in the last 3 races at least. He has been so consistent, but Jordan Davis has been able to finish ahead of him in a handful of races since, and he's lost ground in the point standings, but he is still right there in the thick of things. He's got to try and keep that 92 behind him as well, because Fengai is only 22 points behind him. First caution flag of the day happened right here. Jeffrey Lynn and Bobby Jones tangled up in turn 3. Bobby Jones flips over Jeffrey Lynn, and Lynn and Jones are going to have their days ruined, and possibly one of them fall out of the race, and Bobby Jones, that possibly could be him out of the running. Pit stops are unfolding, and it seems like it's a little early to be pitting, so we may see these guys on pit road one more time. Well, as we come back to the restart, Bobby Jones is the only driver out of the race. Jeffrey Lynn is still out there as we get back to the restart. Pit stops, Dejon Weeks, Jordan Davis 1-2, Jake Bassinger at a quick stop. He's there in 3rd. Then it is Griffin. Actually, Jeffrey Fengai, where is he? There he is. Had a very poor stop there in the 92. He's outside the top 10 now. But as we're back in racing, Jordan Davis is all over Dejon Weeks. Weeks struggled on the start there. And he's under fire from Jordan Davis, door to door, off of turn 2. Yeah, Motorsports side by side for the lead of this race. Weeks trying to get the run on the high side. Bassinger's there too. Davis sails it off into 3. He's trying to get past Dejon Weeks. He wants to win this race this afternoon. Side by side championship contenders, door to door, racing at the lead of the pack. Ryan Griffin's there too, trying to hang in. A caution flag is out. There's a crash down the front straightaway. It looks like Jack Porkins is involved in it. His first race of the season for the Curtis Racing duo. And Mick Mays is involved as well. Looks like he's going to fall out of the race. Here's how it happened. Nick Mace on the back end of PJ Williams, and he just hooks him. And around he goes. Jeff James was involved. Dom Capps, Charlie Smith, Jack Porkins was all involved. Ross Jackson gets a little piece of it as well. And that's it. Jeffrey Lynn gets on the brakes very nicely, but that was the reason of the first crash. Here's another view of Mace just hooks Williams. Jeff James, an innocent bystander. Dom Capps gets clipped. And there it is. Jack Porkins is going to probably fall out of the race. A heavy damage for him. And everyone else did a pretty good job to get on the brakes and not get any serious damage. And this was the race back to the start-finish. Jordan Davis was able to shuffle his teammate of Dejon Weeks out. And Weeks is not only going to lose first, but he drops down to 4th. Wow, Weeks did not have a good restart. Wow. All right, well, let's add Charlie Smith, Nick Mace, and Dom Capps to the drivers that will DNF out of the running. Lap 34 out of 151. Jordan Davis is the race leader over Ryan Griffin, Jake Bassinger, Dejon Weeks, and Charles Sanford. Weeks does not have a good car on the start. Looks like his car is better for a car that can go in a long run, because he just can't go, really. Down there in fourth, another poor start for him. And a little further back, Ryan Acosta trying to get past Jesse Turner. Turner gets a good run off the corner. Chris Dodd's there, getting attacked from Matthew Rodriguez. Jeffrey Fenguy, who's deep down the order, he's going to probably try and make a move on Davidson to move up the running order some. But Davis is under attack from Ryan Griffin. Griffin looking for his 8th win of the season. And looking to try and make a new record all by himself. One more win for Griffin would make him stand all alone as the most winning driver in one single season. He is right there on Davis. Jeffrey Fenguy just moved his way back into the top 10. He has moved past Davidson. He's moved past Chris Dodd. Up another position, and Kyle Collins, who was up there in the top 10, trying to work his way back up there. Dylan Schwellenberg just outside of the top 10 here. And Cody Lamas, who qualified out back, right there with Eric DeMax. Best buddies there. 16th and 17th. Matt DeLeo is a little ways down the running order again. Same with Luis Hernandez in 18th and 19th. Jeffrey Fenguy looking to pick off another driver, trying to get past Matthew Rodriguez, and he'll move his way up into 9th place. Chris Dodd trying to follow him through. Fenguy looking to pick off another driver underneath of DJ Curtis. Dodd and Rodriguez continue to race side by side, and Dylan Schwellenberg trying to move his way past of Zayden Davidson. Battles all around the racetrack, but up towards the front, it is still Davis, Griffin, nose to tail, with Bassinger right there in tow. Fenguy has been able to make his way past of DJ Curtis. Dodd, not so much with Rodriguez, but he continues to work underneath that 99 Toyota. Dodd can't quite get the bite off the corner like Rodriguez can, and Rodriguez gets the run off. Schwellenberg has made his way past Davidson. That was move up into the 13th place. Ryan Griffin is such a smart driver. He is he's going outside of Jordan Davis, looking for any clean air he can get on the nose of that 43 Dodge. And he keeps ducking out from behind that one car, trying to get some sort of run on Davis. He kind of goes to the outside a little bit and then tries to duck back in. And he gets a good run off the corner because of it. And he keeps peeking out like he wants to go, but he knows that inside line isn't the best screw because Davis can just pinch him off. Jordan Davis running like a champion in these last few races, and Ryan Griffin running sensational to try and keep Davis on his toes. Matthew Rodriguez, DJ Curtis continue to have some great battles deep in the top 10. Curtis, this is great to see out of him. To see that team be able to compete at the tail end of the top 10 and be just competitive for once in these last few races, that team has made great strides. And Curtis, the two-time champion that he is, proving why he's a great driver. Same with Rodriguez, trying to put this car as high as it can be, running door to door and outside the top 10. Chris Dodd, Dylan Schwellenberg, Collins, and Davidson looking for something to happen. And around the outside, Chris Dodd got a great run through that corner. And he's looking to try and overtake Matthew Rodriguez on the outside, and he will move Dodd up another position. And Jeffrey Fenguy has ran down Jesse Turner again and is looking to make another pass and move his way up another position and move past Turner. Jeffrey Fenguy looking for another position to the inside of Charles Sanford. And Fenguy, that crew really didn't get a good stop at all on pit road, and he's been trying to recover since then. Back in the top 5 goes the 92 Dodge. Here comes Ryan Griffin to the inside of Jordan Davis. Race for the lead side by side. Griffin has just been on his back bumper since the start. Not been able to make a move. Side by side, a dead heat at the line. Given to Griffin, lap lead. Griffin needs to try and clear himself off turn 2, and he will. He's going to try and slide up in front of Jordan Davis. Needs to try and do it. Davis fights back. Championship contenders 1-2 in the title fight. Griffin needs to sail it off in there. Jordan Davis can do so much better in driving off in the corner than Griffin. And Davis continues the fight side by side. In 1 and 2, if Davis can pinched Griffin down a little bit. He may be able to fight him back. But Griffin, he's got a pretty decent car. He moves his way past and running Griffin into the lead. A little further back, man, Dylan Schwellenberg's on a move. He's just kicked DJ Curtis out of the top 10. Matthew Rodriguez the same. Schwellenberg is really doing a good job of trying to find a groove there. He went up high, and it's been working off for him a little bit, but he lost time there. Chris Dodd is racing his teammate of Ryan Acosta. That's not something I've said a whole lot this season. Ryan Acosta was in the title fight for a majority of the season, and Acosta down in 8th place and getting a challenge from his teammate of Chris Dodd. Matthew Rodriguez trying to fight back with Dylan Schwellenberg, but man, Schwellenberg can drive it into the corner there. That is impressive. Dylan Schwellenberg going to be able to hold off Rodriguez's challenge there for now. DJ Curtis continues to fend off Kyle Collins. Chris Dodd continuing to surge anyway around the 45. The 99 looking a little high on Schwellenberg to try and get a run off the corner. And that really helps Rodriguez get a run on Schwellenberg, but Schwellenberg able to keep Rodriguez back for now. Matthew Rodriguez has gotten to the outside of Dylan Schwellenberg. This is for 10th place. And finishing in the top 10 is very important in terms of points. And Matthew Rodriguez working on Schwellenberg, continues to fight it. And Rodriguez, what an overtake around the outside. We've seen a few people do it, but you have to have a good car to be able to do that. And because here comes Schwellenberg digging deep back on the inside. And no matter what, Schwellenberg and Rodriguez giving a good fight right now. And Rodriguez continues to roll that out high side very well. Kyle Collins in the 86 has moved his way past DJ Curtis. And Rodriguez, some great driving out there to do anything to get by that 28. It hasn't worked out so far. Here comes the 86 of Kyle Collins. Looks like he's going to be able to take that away from Rodriguez, and he's going to move up to 11th. Jeffrey Fenguy finally to the inside of Dejon Weeks. He has been stuck behind him for laps. And Fenguy looks as though he's going to be able to get it done, especially with Johnny Gardner in the way. And Gardner in the 32 is going to work in the favor for the 92 and possibly for Sanford as well. Man, Dejon Weeks is not having the luck right now. He ducks back to the inside. A great move for Weeks. He's going to only drop down to 5th place and keep Sanford and Turner behind. Lap cars continue to hold up a few other drivers deep in the field. Chris Dodd is behind Josh Crash, and he's going to lose out. And Kyle Collins lost out as well. Dylan Schwellenberg is going to move up another position. He's up to 9th. And Matthew Rodriguez is going to find himself back in the top 10. Chris Dodd falls out of the top 10. Virtue of Josh Crash. And now Dodd's going to have to get after it again. And further back, Daniel Bouchard holds up DJ Curtis, and Davidson can move past. Dylan Schwellenberg further back, looking to get another position. And he is marching his way to the front. Schwellenberg has had kind of a miserable season since the summer break, and he's looking to get a good one this race. Up another position, up to P8. Looking a little deeper in the pack, Cody Lamas has worked his way up into P15. Eric DeMax is there in 16th. Zachary Fitzwater's in 17th position. And John Arndt, virtue to some lap cars, has been able to make his way up the positions. And Arndt looking to get past Doug Lockrow for 18th. There's Jordan Fisher there as well. Dylan Young, Matt DeLeo got really badly held up by Daniel Bouchard. He's now outside of the top 20. Same with Luis Hernandez. They're trying to find themselves back in their positions to get in the top half of the field. Charles Sanford looking to get past Dejon Weeks. Side by side for 5th. And Dejon Weeks loses out to another one. Sanford's up to P5. Caution flag is out again. James Richardson and Sean Harple, similar incident. Down in turn 3, have collided, and Richardson, who has been racing for the Rookie of the Year honors, looks as though any hope of that is completely gone. The final pit stops of the day are happening. We're all on pit road. This is the money stop. Who's going to win the race off pit road? And wow, Griffin, very fast pit stop for him. I don't even think that he took tires. He was so quick on pit road. That looked like it was a splash and go. Everyone else is getting tires, and Bouchard runs in Eric DeMax. And Jordan Davis will leave with tires. And I don't think Griffin took any. No. Oh no, Ryan Griffin comes in for fuel only and leaves pit road first. I think his crew jumped the gun. Everyone else came down for tires, and he's going to be your leader on the restart. Ryan Griffin could probably be in some serious trouble for the end of this one. He's got some old tires. Man, Ryan Griffin in a championship battle. This could hurt him today. We have less than 50 to go. It'll be Griffin, Davis, Bassinger, Sanford, Weeks, Schwellenberg. Jeffrey Fenguy again a poor stop. Drops down the positions. Acosta, Turner, and Collins the top 10. And a little further back, Chris Dodd and Eric DeMax came down pit road again. They'll start at the tail end. Griffin, he's going to have his hands full. The green flag flies. We're racing again with less than 50 to go. And Bouchard gets down right there beside, man, Griffin, and who this restart could dictate everything. Jordan Davis is kind of under attack from Jake Bassinger there. And further back, Kyle Collins is blowing up. Bassinger in the inside of Jordan Davis. What a move by Bassinger. Griffin's coming down pit road. Griffin has had to come down pit road. And he has to hand the lead back to Jordan Davis. And that could be a title-deciding move from the 43 team as disaster for the 43 of Ryan Griffin. And Ryan Griffin with, oh, this is going to sting for him. Further at the lead, though, Jordan Davis poised to gain ground and extend the championship advantage. Big crash further back, a huge collision. It involves the majority of the field and Jeffrey Fenguy. And the pace car is out. And we're going to get another restart. And the championship contenders of Griffin and Fenguy take major blows on the start of this race. Look at the 92. Jeffrey Fenguy, any hope he had, similar to Ryan Griffin in the 43. What a heartbreak of a race for second and third in the title race. Dejon Weeks with a move to pit road while everyone else stays out. And after this one, we have 5 races left to decide the champion. And the second, third, and fourth place drivers seemingly coming down pit road for unscheduled stops. Oh, this is not the race any of these drivers would have wanted to see. Gonna try and get a replay of it. Jeffrey Fenguy was getting real aggressive, trying to make up ground. He hooks Shelley into Schwellenberg in a big collision. Fenguy rode his door and a big crash with majority of the people further back getting involved. Matt DeLeo, Eric DeMax all getting by at the bottom. But Curtis, a great day's over for him, and Rodriguez was on top of Gardner. I haven't seen a race like this in a minute. Look at them, they were beating and banging further back, but you see further up, they're crashing. And everyone piling in, trying to miss it. And a tough break for some of these drivers like Turner. And look at there's the 99, jacked up by the 32. Jeffrey Fenguy's title bid could possibly be over here in New Hampshire after this slight contact with James Shelley. That probably is going to be a suspension failure as well, as hard as that car landed back on all fours. We're going to take it on board with John Arndt. They were all racing super aggressive. Look at Lamas and Jackson. And a big pile up in front of them. Nowhere to go. Many cars had to come to near a stop. Gardner running over Rodriguez. And carnage on the front straightaway. The big one at New Hampshire. Further back, Griffin, Fenguy, and Weeks doing anything they can do to stay in this race. Surprising that Fenguy is still running. Jordan Davis leading this race is a disaster for everyone else in the title bid to try and take it away from him. This could be the first time all year that we see a driver get up to over a race ahead in the title lead. Jordan Davis looking to finish it off. He leads over Bassinger, Sanford, Acosta, Fisher, Davidson, Schwellenberg, Martin, Dodd, and DeLeo the top 10. Jake Bassinger hangs right there with the one car. They cut clear of the lap traffic. They're getting real aggressive here at the end of this one. Sanford is right there with them. And there is Acosta and Schwellenberg there too. As everyone gets real racy for position. They know a restart is imperative to try and gain as much as you can. And everyone is on top of each other. The front three get away. Bassinger looks high to try and get a run on Davis. But here comes Sanford. Sanford in the 24 to the inside of Bassinger. Can't do anything there. Dodd and Jeff James to the inside of Davidson and TJ Martin. Dylan Schwellenberg, who also has damage, or is right up there. A heavy damage for the 28. Tunner trying to get down the inside of DeLeo. DeLeo throws a block. Great move by DeLeo, but he gets a bumper from Jesse Tunner. Racing TJ Martin now. 3 wide further back as they try and cut clear of lap traffic. Contact further back and another crash with Fitzwater, Schwellenberg. There's Dejon Weeks involved with Jeffrey Fenguy. And that might be it, and it is all that it is for Jeffrey Fenguy, and his day's done. Well, here's what happened off of turn 2. Cody Lamas hooks Dylan Schwellenberg into Fitzwater, back in the wall, and Art, Lynn, Shelley, and there's Dejon Weeks and Fenguy getting a piece of it, and out of the running go them drivers. In a championship fight where every point matters, Griffin manages to get by with very minimal damage of that one and continues to keep on rolling. As we get ready to re-rack them, focusing on the title bit a little bit, Weeks and Fenguy will finish 31st and 32nd. Shelley, Curtis Rodriguez, Collins, Harple, a few others that are out of the race. As we come to try and finish this one out, Davis is looking for a victory this afternoon at New Hampshire. The green flag flies. We're still racing. Bassinger second. Then it is Sanford. Acosta, Fisher. That is the top 5 with Chris Dodd in 6th. Then it is Jeff James back there as well with Eric DeMax, Dylan Young, and Jesse Tunner. The top 10. Davis and Bassinger get away on the start. Our lap traffic pretty much everywhere. Daniel Bouchard way up high. Contact. Jeff James gets turned sideways into Jake Porkins. Eric DeMax is there. Gardner. There's DeLeo, Hernandez, Davidson, and some more cars piling up. And there is the 43 getting more damage of Ryan Griffin. And Cody Lamas is out of it. It all started when Daniel Bouchard went into turn 3. Very wide and pushed up the track. Kind of inexperienced driving. And Bouchard ran it all the way to the wall where everyone was looking to get runoff area. Porkins, Shelley, or actually James, DeLeo's there, Hernandez and Fitzwater, Lamas, and Schwellenberg again with Griffin. They're all involved. As we get back to the restart, what a wreck fest this race has turned into. We only have 30 to go. And that seems like a long time. We just got to get past a restart. A lot of slow cars on the bottom. And that is messing up a few of these restarts. PJ Williams is on the bottom. He's there in 17th with Hayden Klein in 18th. Jack Halleck 19th. And the first ever race for Ross Jackson. There he is in 20th. And it is actually Bouchard's 2 laps down. Then Jack Porkins in the 33 and 21st. But we're going back to racing. Jordan Davis still in the lead. Where is the 43? Is the 43 out? No, Ryan Griffin is still out there in the 14th position. And Davis, he just has to keep his nose clean and stay out front in the closing stages of this running with Bassinger Sanford on the back bumper. Look at Sanford. What a move to the inside. Sanford trying to take second place away. Sanford wants to try and get the win this afternoon. And these guys need to try and mind their P's and Q's as Dylan Schwellenberg comes down pit road. It could possibly be day over for him. It is Davis, Bassinger, and Sanford, the front 3. Is it a modified race or something? Look at that. Blockrow, Fitzwater, Art, and even Griffin and Hoffman back there, and Jake Porkins all don't even have a hood. But every point's going to matter in this running, and it could be for any position. Griffin trying to make his way back in the top 10 with no hood. He's trying to get alongside a Fitzwater. Doug Lockrow there too, and Eric DeMax. Eric DeMax is actually a lap down. He's off the pace a little bit, but Griffin trying to move his way past of Doug Lockrow now. With 20 laps to go, Jordan Davis seems like he has a cakewalk to try and get this win today, to get his 4th win of the season and his 13th win. If he can get his win today, it would be his 13th win overall. Ryan Acosta to the inside of Charles Sanford. That's a move for 3rd. He can't quite make it work. But if Davis can win, he will tie Jake Bassinger for 13 wins in his career. But Bassinger's trying to make it 14. And Sanford behind them is trying to make it 19 wins. Ryan Acosta, the front 4, under a blanket with less than 20 to go. That is the front 4. One of these 4 will end up winning the race, it seems. But further back in 5th, Chris Dodd holds a top 5 run at this rate, trying to salvage something out of this race. Jesse Turner's there in 6th. Jordan Fisher's there in 7th. Jeff James is in 8th place. A great run for him right now. Dylan Young in 9th. And 10th place is Jeffrey Lynn at the moment. He is right now trying to make a pass on TJ Martin. But Martin pushes his way past again and pushes Jeffrey Lynn back down. Lynn was involved in a wreck early on in the day. And there he is, just outside the top 10. And Ryan Griffin is there in 12th. Bassinger is getting so aggressive, looking for a way past of Jordan Davis. Gets him a nudge. Bassinger's on his back bumper. Wow, that was close. Davis threw a late block there as well. Jordan Davis playing defense in the closing stages. Jake Bassinger looking for a way pass for the victory here today in New Hampshire. He is all over him, and his teammate may come into play. Caleb Hoffman may hold up the 1 car. Bassinger trying to get around his future teammate-to-be of Jordan Davis. Bassinger went high to try and get a run on Davis. That was not the move he needed to do. And Davis able to get around Caleb Hoffman very easily and keeps the lead. Less than 10 laps to go. Jordan Davis continues to be hounded from behind. Where is the move going to come? Can Bassinger, Sanford, and Acosta do anything? This track has become very tough to pass on. And if there's going to be a pass done, where is it going to come from? I'm not sure where it's going to come from. It's going to be very difficult. But with lap traffic up ahead, it'll be only DeLeo Arndt to deal with. And Davis gets past very easily. But DeLeo in front may not be the best time to run up on DeLeo. However, he may be able to run up on him on the back straightaway right where he needs to. And indeed he does. Able to block off Jake Bassinger. Sanford gets held up by John Arndt. And that allows Ryan Acosta to move up into 3rd place. Jake Bassinger is going to get past Matt DeLeo. And Bassinger continues to be right on the back end of that 1 car with 6 laps remaining. As we come back to the line, it'll be 2 laps to go. Jordan Davis, Jake Bassinger, and Ryan Acosta. That is all that remains at the front. With 2 laps remaining, Jordan Davis looking for his 4th win of the season and 13th career win. Jake Bassinger, he has been on his back bumper since the restart. He's looking high, trying to get something going, but Acosta is going to try and fill that gap on the bottom. Nobody is able to challenge Jordan Davis as the white flag flies. Bassinger just can't find a way past. He just can't get around him. Jordan Davis has been so rock solid, while his championship contenders have failed by the wayside. Jordan Davis is looking to stamp another win into this season. His 3rd win in the last 4 races. Jordan Davis rounds for home, and Davis wins at New Hampshire. Over Bassinger, Acosta, Sanford comes home 4th. Turner beats Jordan Davis, or beats Chris Dodd for 5th. Dodd gets 6th. 7th for Jordan Fisher. In 8th place, give a call to the United Emirates Racing Team in the 34th to get 8th place. 9th place, Dylan Young And a top 10 run for TJ Martin. That driver really needed that. And a little further back, Jeffrey Lynn will finish in 11th. Ryan Griffin will get 12th. And for the first time all year long, the championship leader will lead the title by more than a race over second place. That is the first time all year. And it is very important now. With 5 races remaining, Jordan Davis leads by over a race in the points over Ryan Griffin and everyone else as well. Well, that was New Hampshire. It got very crazy near the end. A wild one for sure. And I'm noticing that Ross Jackson, his first Sony Cup Series race, he fell to 22nd at a pit again. Czech Porkins, his first race of the year in the 33 car, got a 19th place finish. Matt DeLeo rebound to get 15th, so that might shake things up a little bit in the top 30 battle as well. Josh Crash for Fitzbot Australia Racing gets the top 20 run. But anywho, that was it for New Hampshire. Let's get you to our finishing result. Let's get you to our finishing results and standings after round 25.